Hey there, ExplainVerse fans! Welcome back to another deep dive into the world of your favorite shows. Today we're uncovering some mind-blowing secrets and fan theories about Season 3 of Wednesday that you might have missed. Buckle up because we're starting with the hottest debate buzzing in the fandom right now. Could Xavier Thorpe make a comeback in the Wednesday universe? Yeah, that's the question keeping everyone up at night, especially after all the drama surrounding his actor. If you've been out of the loop, stick around. I've got the full scoop. Let's rewind to January 2023. Percy Hines-White, the guy who brought Xavier to life, faced some heavy allegations that started with a single Twitter post. The claim suggested he and his buddies hosted parties where they supplied alcohol and substances to underage folks, allegedly with shady intentions. From there, it snowballed. A bunch of stories popped up online from various women sharing similar experiences, tanking his public image. Old clips and photos resurfaced too, including one that went mega viral showing him using offensive language. No formal charges were ever brought forward, mind you. It stayed mostly in the social media storm, but the backlash was intense. The #CancelWhite hashtag exploded, and ultimately it led to Xavier being sidelined from Season 2 of Wednesday. Boom, just like that, the character was out. But hold on, that's not the whole story. After staying quiet for months, Percy finally clapped back in June 2023 via an Instagram story. He flat out denied it all, calling it a smear campaign launched by someone he didn't even know. He mentioned his family getting doxxed, friends hit with death threats, and how a lot of the evidence was from when he was underage or totally twisted out of context. One of his pals, Jane, backed him up online, insisting the whole thing was bogus and stemmed from a fallout with an ex-friend. Rumors even swirled that the original accuser might have had a personal grudge. Maybe rejection played a role in sparking the drama. Fans are split. Some swear he's innocent, others aren't convinced. Netflix didn't budge though. They kept Xavier off-screen for Season 2, leaving a hole in the story that Jenna Ortega tried to fill with teases about fresh faces. So what's your take? Innocent until proven guilty? Or does the smoke mean fire? And more crucially, could this blow over enough for a Season 3 return? Since nothing went legal, I'm leaning toward it being overblown. But hey, that's just me. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Now, assuming those allegations were all smoke and no fire, a setup to drag him down, how could Xavier slide back into the plot? Season 2 dropped a lifeline. Xavier didn't bite the dust. He got shipped off to Rickenbach Academy in Switzerland after that wrongful murder rap. It's basically an exchange program, so wrapping up his year there could pave the way for a Nevermore reunion. There's this wild fan theory tying into it too. What if Season 3 shifts to Rickenbach? Enid dropped a line suggesting Nevermore isn't shut down for good, so maybe Wednesday and the crew head overseas for some fresh chaos. Sounds epic, right? But let's be real. Not everyone's got Adams-level cash for a Swiss boarding school, so that might not fly for the whole cast. I'd bet on Xavier popping back stateside instead. Even from afar, Xavier stayed relevant in Season 2. He's the one who tipped Wednesday off about her stalker with that creepy Raven clue. And get this, Percy himself hyped up Season 2 on social media before it dropped. No bad blood apparent. With the scandal cooling off, some fans are hopeful Netflix might rethink things and give him another shot. Do you want Xavier back? Or has the show outgrown him? Let me know below. Shifting gears to another massive cliffhanger from Season 2. Is Nevermore Academy done for, or just on a timeout? On one hand, Enid waves goodbye with a casual, "See you next year," hinting classes just wrapped early after all the mayhem, like Principal Barry Dort's death and those brutal murders. But then she flips the script, mentioning how Professor Capri's might job hunt since Nevermore's no longer around. Temporary shutdown or permanent lights out? The fandom's betting on a reboot. Season 3 could kick off with Wednesday fixing Enid's wolf-out issue and pushing to get the school back online with beefed-up security. After 2 chaotic years, these outcasts deserve a normal semester, am I right? A ton of theories say Season 3 might ditch Nevermore entirely, and I get the hype. The place was a disaster zone. Hyde attacks, fake zombies, dead staff, police raids, and zero funds after that gala flop. Wednesday, hitting the road to hunt Tyler screams road trip vibes and new mysteries beyond the gates. It'd be fresh and intense. But here's the counter theory that seals it for me. Wednesday's grandma, Hester Frump, promised a fat donation in Gomez's name. As the richest alum, she could bankroll the revival without breaking a sweat. Sure, the early episodes might roam outside, but I bet the core action circles back to Nevermore. Would you dig a full season field trip or nah? Spill in the comments. If there's one arc that has to be front and center in season 3, it's Tyler and Professor Capri. And honestly, I think this storyline could change everything. Remember, Capri showed up in the first part of season 2 as Nevermore's new music teacher. Free-spirited, brutally honest, and always sharp with her words. But we quickly found out she wasn't just any teacher. She was an outcast. A werewolf. Then came the bombshell in part 2. Capri isn't just a werewolf. She's a rare hybrid, the daughter of a Hyde and a werewolf. That dual heritage immediately puts her at the center of Nevermore's biggest conflicts. This gives Capri a unique perspective on pain, survival, and resilience, lessons she actually shares with her students. And one of the most striking moments was when she recognized that Enid wasn't just a werewolf, she was an alpha. Capri knew it before anyone else, but it's the finale that leaves us with the biggest mystery. We see Tyler, alone, broken, visiting his parents' grave, no master, no guidance, completely lost. And then Capri appears, offering him something radical. Freedom, not servitude, not destruction, but a chance to rebuild. She introduces Tyler to a secret Hyde community she's been forming, a group that rejects violence and rejects the twisted bond between Hyde and Master. For the first time ever, Tyler has a real choice in front of him. But here's the big question. What's on the other side of that door? Is this Hyde community truly peaceful, or does Capri have her own hidden agenda? Is she really this guiding mentor, or is she setting Tyler up for something darker? Because remember season 1 with Marilyn? At first, she looked kind, trustworthy. And then boom, we found out who she really was. Could Capri be following that same pattern? If season 3 goes deeper into this arc, and I think it will, we could finally see a more controlled, self-aware version of Tyler. Or, on the flip side, he could be dragged right back into chaos under Capri's influence. What do you guys think? Is Capri really a savior figure? Or is she the next big threat? Drop your theories in the comments. I'll be reading and responding to everyone. If you're still watching right now, that means you've been enjoying this video, so don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out, and I'd truly appreciate it. Another arc that's definitely going to be resolved early in this 3rd season, I'm sure, is whether Wednesday will manage to save Enid to get her back to her normal form now that she's turned into an alpha, because in the 2nd season, Enid finally manages to transform into a werewolf. And the most impressive part, without needing a full moon, Capri, who's also a werewolf, immediately realizes there's something special about her. So she reveals that Enid has traits of an alpha wolf, right? Someone who develops later and has a first transformation marked by a blood moon, and wolves like that are incredibly powerful, right? But they're also greatly feared, which usually condemns them to live alone. In the 8th episode, Enid indeed transforms into an alpha wolf, right? Because she saw no other option, as otherwise she wouldn't have been able to save Wednesday in time. So in the end, she spared her friend's life, and whether she wanted to or not, sacrificed herself too. But Enid's powers are a true double-edged sword, right? Especially for someone who's always sought belonging within the werewolf community. In the 2nd season, Enid finally becomes part of the pack, right? She has everything she ever wanted, but then this new twist in her abilities isolates her again. Alphas are natural leaders, but they're also viewed with fear by other wolves. And now that she's a full-fledged werewolf, will she be able to reintegrate, and how will this affect the bonds she's built so far? And the coolest thing is that Netflix's own site, right, Tudum, released some interviews with the Wednesday cast about this 2nd season. And during the interviews, they kind of dropped hints, gave some clues about what's going to happen in the 3rd season. So, Enid's actress, Emma Myers, who plays her, said that this is a new, tragic, but fitting direction for the character. She's always fought to fit in, and now she might have to face loneliness again. But it's a new and really cool element to explore within the werewolf cliché. She said she hopes it brings her and Wednesday closer, because deep down they're outcasts, even within the group of outcasts they live in, right? So, will Wednesday manage to save Enid, right? One of the creators, one of the showrunners of Wednesday, made one thing very clear. We fans need to worry about Enid in the 3rd season, because now that she's turned into an alpha, she simply won't be able to return to human form. Or if she does, it'll be through some other path that the script will surely come up with by the 3rd season. And because of this danger, right, they end up being hunted and isolated until death. It's an incredible feat for Enid. But getting out of this situation will be very complicated, one of the show's creators reinforces. But there's still a positive side, right? Which is the fact that she chose to become an alpha to save Wednesday, right? Even knowing the mortal risks that would bring her. And it just proves how strong the friendship between the two is, man. Female friendship is the soul of the series, right? The creator of the series, Van says. Wednesday and Enid had their ups and downs this season, but this act of sacrifice was the perfect climax for Enid's arc. And the show's creator said that if it were the other way around, Wednesday would have done the same thing, right? If it meant sacrificing herself to save Enid's life, Wednesday would have done it. And I'm not the one saying this. These are the words of the Wednesday creators, but thankfully Enid isn't alone. She has Wednesday's brilliant mind by her side, and armed with Agnes's information, the two set off in search of solutions. And Myers jokes, right, that Enid will be stuck as a wolf living crazy adventures in Canada. But at the same time, she starts a journey to figure out how to return to being human. And of course, she counts on Wednesday's help to get back to normal. In other words, we'll have Enid a bit out of place at Nevermore in this third season. This isn't just a theory, right? The actress herself commented on this, that her character will isolate herself, stay in wolf mode for a good part of the third season, head to Canada, which is a completely different place from where they are now. So it's very likely that in this third season of the series we'll see more scenes outside of Nevermore than inside. But comment below your theories about Enid and what's going to happen to her, because another interesting thing is to hit that like button below. Man, take advantage of the fact that we still have plenty of theories to discuss in this video. July 23, 2025, just before the electrifying premiere of Season 2, Netflix dropped a bombshell. Wednesday was officially renewed for a third season. No surprise there, Wednesday is a crown jewel in Netflix's lineup, and its dark charm continues to captivate fans worldwide. While Season 2's audience was slightly smaller than the record-shattering first season, it still dominated the charts. Part 1 of Season 2 clung to Netflix's top 10 most-watched list in its debut week, and Part 2, dare I say, the superior half, skyrocketed to number 1 and stayed there. Talk about a killer performance. Showrunner Alfred Gauck is already plotting to make Season 3 the most thrilling yet. In his words, "Our goal for the third season is the same as always, to deliver the best possible season of Wednesday. We're diving deeper into our characters while expanding the twisted gothic world of Nevermore and Wednesday herself." Gauck's vision? To shadow Wednesday through all 7 years of Nevermore Academy's cycle, potentially giving us 7 seasons of this macabre masterpiece. Can you imagine the chaos? Now let's talk about that jaw-dropping Season 2 finale. Spoiler alert for those who haven't caught up. Agnes dropped a cryptic bombshell claiming Nevermore no longer exists. But hold your ravens. Her comment likely ties to the school's lack of a principal. Could Season 3 unfold during a gloomy vacation period with Nevermore's fate hanging in the balance? Picture this. The season might end with students returning to a restructured Nevermore, where a new principal steps out of the shadows. Who could it be? Drop your theories in the comments. So, when will we see Wednesday's next chapter? Production for Season 3 is slated to kick off in spring 2026, between March and June. Originally planned for fall 2025, the schedule shifted, meaning we won't see Wednesday haunting our screens in 2026. According to Watson Netflix, Season 3 could premiere in early June 2027. But here's the twist. Will Netflix split Season 3 into 2 parts as they love to do? It's likely, so brace yourselves for another nail-biting release strategy. Curious about the production code name? It's Nightshade and Raven, a chilling nod to the Nightshade Society and the iconic Raven dance where Wednesday unleashed her unforgettable moves in Season 1. Speaking of dances, Season 2 gave us Agnes and Enid's epic performance, and I'm obsessed. Which dance is your favorite? Wednesday's viral routine or Agnes and Enid's showstopper? Sound off in the comments. Now let's sink our teeth into what Season 3 might hold. The vacation setting hints at a darker, wilder adventure. Wednesday, teamed up with her uncle Fester, will embark on a perilous quest to find Enid, who's now an alpha wolf stuck in her feral form. Hunted by rival wolves, Enid's in grave danger, and Wednesday's determined to bring her back to humanity, but that's not all. Trouble's brewing elsewhere. Miss Capri and Tyler are stirring up something sinister. Could she be assembling an army of Hydes to target Wednesday? My gut says she's bad news, and I'm dying to see how this unfolds. Then there's the enigmatic Aunt Ophelia. locked away in a secret room at Grandma's house, living in grim conditions and harboring a vendetta against Wednesday. Why does she want our favorite deadpan heroine gone? With Catherine Zeta-Jones potentially pulling double duty, just like Caroline Jones did in the past, Ophelia's blonde hair and flower crown keep her true to the Addams legacy. Could she be Season 3's ultimate villain? My curiosity's piqued, and I bet yours is too. If this breakdown got you hyped for Wednesday Season 3, smash that like button, hit subscribe to ExplainVerse for more TV theories and breakdowns, and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. I'm out, catch you in the next one.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I breathe.